Welcome to CoolTrade Radio, home of the robotic trading revolution. In the stock market, the cards are stacked against you. CoolTrade gives you the tools you need to dominate the stock market through automated trading. Learn to fight back against the powers that be on Wall Street using their own weapons. With CoolTrade, the game has changed in your favor. And now, your hosts, Pace Ellsworth and CoolTrade CEO, Ed Barsano. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to CoolTrade Radio. I'm Pace Ellsworth. I am an asset strategist, and I'm a really techie guy. I love looking at all the new tools out there, sort of a futurist. I'm really looking at what's coming down the corner. But what we have here now today, and it's actually been around for a number of years, is CoolTrade. It's an automated stock trading platform, and it helps people automate their trades. So it actually does that work for you. Gets in, buys low, and then gets out selling high, taking a profit. Could happen every single day. Whereas most people are out there trying harder and harder, spending all this money on all these charts and everything, trying to become experts in the market. They're poring over, cable business stations, trying to figure out the market when you don't need to figure it out. Well, we've got Ed Barsano here. He created CoolTrade, and we want to talk a little bit about some of the mistakes that people make when they trade. And one of the big ones is stop losses. We're going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You mean lock-in loss?
Yeah, and people think, it makes a little bit of sense, okay? If you think the stock's going to plummet, it might be a great idea to stop your loss and, instead of riding it all the way down, like you did with Microsoft.
Yeah, but we didn't do money management back then. And the thing is, I don't know if you even heard yourself, Pace. You said you think it's going to go down.
You think.
The market could care less what you think.
Right.
And I always say the market could care less, actually could not care less.
Well, before we get too into it, I want to give everybody the number. This is going to be an extremely interesting show. We don't always talk about this. It's 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. And this is about CoolTrade. You can go to CoolTradeRadio.com also. We just need either way, either call or go to the site, your name and email so we can get you a free report and get you a free demonstration and show you how all of this works. It's real, and we can show you actual accounts, actual reports of actual trades that happen every single day. And again, that's 480-787-2777 or CoolTradeRadio.com. Be one of the first to do that. We'll give you a big discount on the software as well. And we're talking about how stop losses, nobody can predict the market, but unfortunately the emotions take the better of everybody. And they put in a stop loss so that, they either take a loss or they take a profit. And hopefully they make a bigger profit than they take a loss. And that's how a lot of day traders do business too.
Oh yeah, it's a terrible way to do business. It's a terrible way to trade. Because you're putting a stop loss. What does stop loss even mean? Think about the concept.
Sort of
you bought a stock, and as you can see, I'm holding my hand up like I'm saluting, right about my eye level.
No, you're not.
You bought a stock here. Sure I am, right here.
Yeah.
All right, you bought a stock here. The price goes down here, and you sell it at a loss?
Like that's your goal, to sell it at a loss.
Yeah, and then it goes right back up.
Right.
It's the craziest thing ever.
Right.
And,
people do this on companies like Bank of America.
Like you're afraid their company is going to go out of business.
Cisco, GE, Google.
Microsoft.
Right. These companies are just going to go up and up with every gain in the market.
But if you Google stop loss, and I have to say Google because once, I present in front of audiences every other week.
Don't worry, it's a lowercase g now. Yeah, you can say Google. Nobody's going to come at this.
I'm not worried about that, but, I used to say, look up stop loss in a dictionary, and everyone looked at me like a deer caught in the headlights. I'm like, and then I realized they don't know what a dictionary is. So then I said, all right, Google it. Google stop loss.
Oh, right.
And you know what's amazing? Everywhere in the Google,
Investopedia, all these sites,
with
market terms,
they all say the same thing. Stop loss is there to protect you in case the stock goes the wrong way. And it makes no sense to me. I mean, you're not protecting me at all. You're locking in a loss.
Right. It's actually when you start losses.
And then even let's take it even a step further.
Yeah.
The insanity.
Yeah.
You're putting that stop loss at the broker in public view.
Oh man, we gotta talk a lot about that.
You're literally just told the world, if you lower that stock by this much, I will give you my shares.
So what you're saying is these online brokers where people choose their stocks and they put orders out there, market orders, but mostly people do limit orders and they put stop losses in there. All the institutions and all the brokers in the world can see those. And those that have the power to move the market because of just the sheer volume they're able to trade with, they could take those off the table and buy at a discount all those stocks. And then they get to sell at a profit and you don't.
Well, not only that, but it's like playing poker and you're showing everyone your cards. Why would you do that? Now, some people say, well, nobody cares, about my 100 shares or whatever. Believe me, there's 100 million of you. Believe me.
Right.
They care about giving away $100 million a day.
Yeah, I mean, if you see these stocks have 1 million shares in volume every single day.
Oh, 90 million shares.
Some of them, yeah. And so that means that you've got people, just normal people, average Joes in their homes
just
trading
floating those stop losses out there. And stop
losing
and think
money
about
every day.
Come on, a couple months ago, or not even 2 months ago, the market dropped 1,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when that happens, all those stop losses that are sitting out there execute.
Everything gets triggered.
So you got thousands, if not millions, of people selling at a loss.
And
then what happens?
That was somebody at an
stock
institutional
price goes right
firm.
back up.
Yeah.
And the institutions, of course, that's when yachts are being bought. They're having a field day, man.
Because
they're living
able
like kings.
They can buy at the bottom and sell at the top. And with CoolTrade, you could actually do the same thing. In fact, CoolTrade actually made a ton of money for a lot of the users that took advantage of that flash crash.
Oh, yeah. The market dropped 1,000 points in the morning, and 5 minutes later, it rocketed back up 500 points. Well, when it dropped 1,000 points, CoolTrade auto traders in 68 countries loaded up at the bottom.
So we'll talk more about how that happens and the number to see the reports and see exactly how these trade. It's 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777, or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. We want to get you a free report. We're talking about how our system, our philosophy at least, is don't sell at a loss. In fact, only ever take profits and take profits every day. So they're just gonna fill a big bucket and they're gonna overcome any losses that you're holding on part of your stock. You're still holding, maybe you hang on to it for a few weeks or maybe a few months, but you're trading every day with most of your money.
Well, as long as it's going up and down, the stocks are moving, and look at any chart.
Which
that's
we know
what they
it's
do.
Always going to do. Yeah.
When people do the reverse of what they should do. Now we've heard these terms: let the winners run and cut your losers early. That's a stop loss.
Yeah.
But if you think about the logic in that, it's backwards. Stocks don't go to new highs. Very rarely does a stock go to a new high.
Right.
So it really, as it goes up, the secret is take profits as fast as you can. So it's really cut your winners and let your losers run. Because really you want the stock to drop. If I'm in a market to buy a toaster, I'm going to go to the store, to Target or Walmart, and I'm going to see a bunch of toasters up there, and I'm going to see there's one for $19.99, there's another one for $39.99. Which one do I want? Well, do I need my toaster to play music? So forget the $39 one. I'm grabbing the $19 one.
Right.
We want discounts on everything. So how come when the stock prices drop, you don't recognize that as an unbelievable discount?
And here's how this is possible. We don't actually buy in with our entire budget at the beginning. This is how people buy and hold, right?
Yeah, the software automatically does money management. So as soon as you turn it on and go live, it actually only puts its toe in the water. So it might buy 10 to 15% of the money in your account. It may use that to buy stocks. The 85 to 90% of your money is still sitting on the sidelines. So when that stock drops, you're able to buy at the lower prices. When most other people are selling at a loss, you're loading up at the bottom. You're basically doing what Warren Buffett did in the last crash. He bought the railroads for pennies on the dollar. He spent $30 billion for the railroads. And of course, he cleaned up on that one.
Right, because we're basically looking at the strategies. We can show you how to see these strategies, your listeners. We can show you reports where this actually happens, where the stock goes down and you're making money on the way down. To get those reports, it's 480-787-2777. We can open your eyes to this. It's 480-787-2777. 2777 or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. We just need your name and email to get started and to get you scheduled into one of these demonstrations. And so we're talking about how it goes down and can make money on the way down because it's just going up and down on the way down. A stock might even go up if you add up all those gains on the way down. It could go up more than it drops.
So it doesn't matter how far. It can only drop 100%. You don't have to worry about that. But if you take 300% in profits along the way, it doesn't even matter if the company goes out of business.
Right, as long as you're able to take that. Now,
and the
here's
software
the thing.
does that automatically, though, by the way.
Oh, it does it automatically.
Yeah, you just turn on the software and walk out of the house.
I mean,
That's 100%. That is what they call. There's no other fully automated trader in existence other than CoolTrade.
That's our platform, folks. It's CoolTrade, and this is a system that's been around since 2005, 2004
I released
on
it
the
to the
open
public.
market.
I released it to the public in 2005, and then the big brokers started calling.
Right.
TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. Hey, will you connect that to us?
We've got
to
these
allow our
household
clients
names.
to use it.
And AutoShares is one. That's $1 a trade. So here's the thing. Even if a stock's going down, you could be making money, and it doesn't cost you hardly anything to do these trades.
Buck in, buck out. So even a 25-cent move.
$20 profits, $50 profits, $100 profits, and make money in a down economy with CoolTrade.
A 25-cent move is $25.
Right.
And you give $2 to the broker, the other 23 is profit. It's great. Every day or every other day, it's like, give me money. Finding money on the ground every day of your life.
And it's not hard to set this up. We'll actually do the setup for you when you get a license for CoolTrade. Our tech support they're working day in, day out. They're very, very skilled, work with all types of computers and everything, and they get you set up to get this running. And they set up a strategy for you.
Well, yeah, it's just based on the dollar value that you're trading.
Right.
I mean, how much money do you plan on putting in your account? And that's what you want to tell the auto trader, that's how much I want to use.
We've had thousands of users submit their own strategies, and over time, we're able to see which ones work best for the dollar amount that you have to invest. And so we're not going to make recommendations for you and tell you what to trade. We're giving you all the options, but we are making it very easy for you.
Well, you're able to pick. You're able to just automatically turn it on and run strategies, the top strategies that have already been running since 2009.
In fact, I want to talk a little bit about that. Some people just get in there and they don't even test this. They don't even simulate. They have so much faith they just run it. But I want to give people the number one more time. It's 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777, or go to CoolTradeRadio.com.
Wouldn't it be nice to find a $50 bill today? Now imagine finding $50, $100, even $500 every day. The money in the stock market is the same as the money in your wallet, so when your stocks are up, why not take the profit? But who has the time to monitor the market? CoolTrade does, on your computer. CoolTrade, one of the only fully automated stock trading software platforms available to the public, does it all while you're out living your life. Pretty simple, pretty smart. CoolTrade.
Hey, welcome back. One last time, the number to reach us at and to get a free report and to see the CoolTrade system for yourself, it's 480-787-2777, or give us your name and email. Go to CoolTradeRadio.com, and we can get all that for you. Get it all instantly. And then we can schedule a presentation for you. We actually forgot to play the clip earlier, but we wanted to play this clip you made years ago talking about stop losses, and just everybody can hear it one more time.
I believe stop losses are nothing more than lock-in losses. So if if you actually change the name of a stop loss to lock-in loss, because that's what you're doing. Stock goes down, you lock in the loss, and then the stock goes back up. Why would I do that? More times than not, the stock's just going to rebound. If you look at all the stocks in the market, or just pick stocks, especially pick common stock, like Microsoft and Google, I mean, all they're doing is going up and down. So why would I want to sell at a loss? So, I don't understand stop loss. I personally have removed them in my strategies, and I do wonderful because stocks just go back up.
Wonderful. So we're talking about stop losses here, and how that's actually when you're starting to take a loss in your account is when you just say, okay, I'm going to get out and move to a cash position at a loss. And so it's strange that that's people's actual goal.
And the thing is, when do you get back in, Pace?
You don't
you just
know
sell
when
your
to.
stock at a loss, so you buy high, sell low, And then what do you wait for it to go back up and then buy high again and keep buying? You're doing the opposite of what you should be doing.
Yeah, for the people that are trying to actively trade it, it's actually harder to time your losers than it is to time your winners, because when the stocks go down, they plummet, and when they go up, they sort of crawl up. But that's the thing. That's the perfect opportunity for something like CoolTrade, which is a fully automated stock trading system, to actually buy as it's going down, or buy after it goes down all the way. Pick up the stock at a discount right at the bottom, and then it'll sell it right when the stock goes back up. It's beautiful.
Well, they say things like this, like the flash crashes, like, oh, this is such a bad thing. It's like every day when I get up in the morning, I don't hardly look at the market every day, because my auto traders are automatically, they go on by themselves and they trade all day, and then they shut themselves off when the market closes. All I say is, in the morning, if I happen to turn on CNBC, I'm hoping that the market's down 1,000 points.
Right.
People laugh at that. They're like, oh my God, he wants the market to be down. And
right.
Is he long? Does he want the stocks to go up? Yeah, ultimately I want them to eventually go up. But boy, if you're going to drop a stock 1,000 points, it's like you always were looking at this one car, and finally you walked over there and you noticed that you're getting a 30% discount. Why wouldn't? And it's like, all right, now's the time, buy. And that's what the auto traders do. So they load up on the bottom when these crashes happen. So flash crashes are good. I love the flash trading going on. I love the chaos in the market. And they say that it was fat-fingered and I don't want to hear why. I could care less why. And there I go with the I could care less. I couldn't care less why things happen. The stock market, again, I'll say it again, is birds pecking randomly. It doesn't even matter why it's happening. All I care about is they're pecking. So take advantage of it.
Right.
And that's what the auto trader is designed to do. Just take.
So if you want to take profits every day and have the confidence you see Ed has here, because he's actually been experiencing this for years, and it's not just Ed. Thousands of our users are able to see this every single day.
I've got clients in 68 countries, and they are in heaven. And let me tell you, it's a life-changing event. Once you get an auto trader, your whole view of the market, if not the whole world, changes. Because I'm at ease with the market. I don't even care what that market does. I hope there's a down day. Make my day. Drop those stocks. Because when they go down, I load up. And all they do is go right back up. And they don't have to go all the way back up. It doesn't even matter. A stock could drop 30% from my original buy.
Right.
And I'm buying and selling at the bottom hundreds of times.
So we're buying low and selling high. And we're actually only doing that, only taking profits and taking profits every day.
Profit-wise, I could be up 300%. So what if I'm down on that original position that I first bought? But as long as I'm buying and selling at the lower prices, it doesn't matter. It adds up.
I want to clarify that for everybody, too. First, right after the phone number, if you want to see how you can actually take profits every day, this is 480-787-2777. Get CoolTrade. This is it's the first and only fully automated stock trading platform, CoolTrade. 480-787-2777, or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. We'll get you a free report and show you a full demonstration. Just give us your name and email to get that scheduled. The thing is, we're not telling people to just buy and hold now. We're definitely not doing that.
No, it's not buy and hold at all.
Right. We're not saying just, hold all your money in stocks all the way down and take a loss.
What you don't want to do, and it's what most people would do. Actually, if you went to a broker and handed him your life savings, what he would do is he would take that entire amount and put it all into the market all at once.
It'd all be in there. And most of the listeners out here actually have all their money in either 401ks,
and they're
pensions,
all in. And that's the problem.
IRAs.
They're all in. That means all of it is tied up. So when the market drops, they're dead.
And unfortunately,
they're just dead, because now it's like you got to wait forever and hope that it goes back up. With CoolTrade, it only put 10 to 15% of that money in the market initially. So when those stock prices drop, you're able to buy. Actually, the software is so smart that before it even buys a stock, it looks at your account balance and it knows it has enough money to ride that stock all the way down to $1.
Right,
so it's Sun Tzu's Art of War. You won the game before you won the battle before you even engaged in it.
Yeah, this is a strategic approach, and so we're actually talking about this is a system, an automated software system, artificial intelligence essentially, and it's just strategically trading your money. It's not going all in. I mean, who would go to Vegas and go all in?
Put all your money on red in one spin. Actually, you mentioned Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a quick example. I did a presentation in front of a Vegas audience a couple months ago, and I put a picture of a roulette wheel, and I said, what would happen if I put my money on 17 and we spin the wheel and it comes up a different number? What do they do? Everyone in the audience, since they're in Vegas, they know how to gamble. They said, oh, it'll take your money.
Yeah, you lose.
But in the stock market, it's like you put your money on 17 and they spin the wheel and it comes up a different number and they don't take your money. I'm like, no way, man. And they keep spinning the wheel until it hits. I'm like, I love you.
but with stop losses, it's actually like it.
Well,
with stop losses, it's like taking your money.
Yeah, and options. A lot of times I'll do a presentation and someone will say, hey, why don't you automate options? I'm like, why are you turning non-gambling into gambling? The stock market isn't a place where you're supposed to gamble with your life savings.
Right, where you're saying I'm going to spend money that I'm going to lose no matter what.
And that's, you don't want to do that with your life savings at all. I'm not a gambler at all.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't put a nickel in a slot machine. That's how cheap I am. And it's not about being cheap. Actually, it's about gambling, and I don't think there's a reason to gamble when the market is just throwing money at us. Look at the charts. Look at the stocks. Look, all last week the Dow was down pretty much almost every day. Right. And then and I have auto traders that make anywhere from $200 to $400 routinely every day. And then now what are they doing? Now that the market starts a little bit of a rebound, I'm making $1,000 a day. It's like, cool, thank you. It's like, thanks. It's really up to the market how much you're going to make. If you found money on the ground 5 days in a row, you wouldn't start calculating your annual return. Right. I mean, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to, whatever the market wants to give me, stocks gap up. Pace in the morning. That's where the money's made. And what the auto trader does is it's already got you in the position overnight. So you're sitting there waiting. You bought it already at a low price, and now in the morning the market gaps up and the software says, gotcha. Once it sees money, it takes it.
This will win when it goes down. It'll win when it goes up. And because we're only taking profits every time.
It's the only way to trade the market.
Real quick, the phone number to get a free report and to see a demonstration of how this all works and to get CoolTrade for yourself, it's 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. Or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. Now, we're actually going to go through a couple stocks. I just want to compare for the audience here how you could actually compare between buying and holding the stock and actively trading it the way CoolTrade does, where it's automatic, 100% fully automatic. The strategy that we're looking at is it's going to make $75, $50, $100 per trade. And instead of just buying and holding it, Cisco Systems, okay, is a very big company, right? Very strong.
Yes, CSCO.
CSCO is the symbol. If you bought and held that for the past 2.5 years, you would have made $248 on 100 shares.
Whippy-dip-doo-dah.
That's great. Wonderful. It went up 10%. Many people would be actually pretty excited about that because they've got all these other stocks. They just want to have a positive return. They're just buying and hoping that they're going to have a positive return. If you could actively trade that, you would have made $2,850.
How many active trades?
42.
42. So that's $84 in trading fees, buck a trade.
And you don't even have to watch the market. This system just does it automatically. It's just a trade every other week.
Right. When you get your automated trader for the first time, it just has a list of strategies right in front of you. They're top strategies created by other users that have been running for years. So you're just grabbing a top strategy for the dollar value you plan to put in. If you plan to trade with $20,000, you just grab top strategy for $20,000. You say, run that. You select that and walk out of the house and watch what that thing does all by itself.
The system just does it sort of automatically.
And it's not magic. Don't think that it's magic, all right? And don't think that it's forecasting or any of that. It's none of that. It's just the stocks just go up and down. That's what they do.
It's just triggering. It's just waiting for it to go down and then waiting for it to go up. And that's all you really need to do. It takes the fear out of the market. It just makes it fun. It's like being able to gamble a little bit and just have fun doing it because you're not
gambling.
Yeah, with this you're not actually going to lose because you're not going to take any losses. You're just going to take profits when you trade, and that's what we're talking about. Don't take stop losses if you can actually only take profits when you trade. but do it smart, strategically, so you're not trading all your money.
Well, that's the problem, and people even mention that stuff. They say, well, what about Enron? It's like, don't pick one company
And go all in.
And then go all in and then say, well, the thing crashed and it took all my money. If you think about when you lost money, I lost millions of dollars in the 2000 market crash.
Yeah.
And that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it got me thinking about the
Right.
market, and so I automated it. But if you think about what did I do wrong? Well, I was all in.
Yeah.
And worse than that, I was 2-to-1 margined in. So when that market started dropping, I was dropping $1 million a day on some days. So, I was dead. And then as it went lower and lower, all I could do was sell at a loss. And it was just the worst thing. CoolTrade isn't that way. The system I created only puts your toe in the water at the top, and as it drops, it adds more and sells the bottom one LIFO. Last in, first out. You could sell the bottom one hundreds of times. Profit-wise, you could be up 300%.
So we could take profits every day in this. Even in a down market, especially in an up market, you're going to make multiple times, maybe 5 times more than someone would buying and holding. So here's the opportunity. Get CoolTrade for yourself. We'll show you a report. We'll show you a full demonstration. 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777, or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. Thanks again.
Hey, thank you, Pace.
Thanks for listening to CoolTrade Radio. To see a free demo of the CoolTrade automated trading system, call or text 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777, or go online to CoolTradeRadio.com. CoolTrade does not give stock trading or strategy advice, including buy, sell, or hold recommendations. Any communication from CoolTrade personnel relating to the operation of CoolTrade is only intended for education purposes, running the CoolTrade platform in simulation mode. Unique trading experiences and past performance do not guarantee future results. Before trading in a live brokerage account, you should test your strategy in simulation mode and speak with your financial representative to ensure that the strategy is suitable for your investment profile. To contact CoolTrade for more information, call 480-787-2777 or go to CoolTradeRadio.com.